Hello, my name is Kip Patterson. I'm a certified athletic trainer here at Shawnee High School. I've been asked to talk to you today about the topic concussions. Concussions has been kind of a big hot topic lately in our department in sports medicine. And so what I wanted first off is explain to you what a concussion is. A concussion is any disruption in brain activity. That may include what we used to call a ding up into a person going into a coma or more catastrophic types of injuries. So to clear up what you may think is like a little ding or what the parent may have the kid come home and have them explain to them what is going on, we want to be able to let you know what we're talking about. Anytime when your child is either hitting the head or from moving their head in what's called torsion, their brain activity may be altered, even though it may be transit or short term, or it may be more long term. But anytime that there is a disruption, it is categorized as a concussion. There's different categorizations in that, where it be a first degree, second degree, or third degree, where there's absolute loss of consciousness. Oftentimes, I go to talk to a parent, and they ask, well, did they lose consciousness? And obviously no. It's only a rare few instances that they actually do lose consciousness. So that is not necessarily an indicator whether or not they do have a concussion. The indicator is they possibly have a headache, they have nausea, they're dizzy, they have difficulty with balance, maybe their vision is blurry. These are more common signs of and symptoms of a concussion. Basically what we will do as either myself or my assistant, we will evaluate your athlete, and from our findings we will determine whether or not they have a concussion. Usually we will call you if you're not on location there and explain to you exactly what has happened, what our findings are, if it's minimal or if it's something that they need to go see a doctor immediately, whether it be the hospital or your family doctor. Normally they'll be sent to the hospital. They will be given what's called a CAT scan. And in the CAT scan, normally there's no findings. Basically what it's looking for is any bleeding in the brain. But normally there will be no findings. Usually that's more of a protocol that they have to follow, an indicator to see if there's any bleeding in the brain. The doctor will probably say, the CAT scan came back negative, which is great news, but nonetheless, your child probably still has what is called a concussion. The NGSA-IA has set up a protocol for concussions, and through our doctors here in the Lenape Regional School District, we've set up a protocol for which we will then take your athlete through. What we would need to do is achieve 3 days symptom-free without medication. At that point, then we will start to begin a return to participation protocol. If your child has a more severe concussion, I may be a little bit slower in progressing them to that point. But the normal person, as soon as they start to get day 1 of relief from symptoms, that means no headache, no issues in school, and that they're functioning fine, that is considered 1 day. So what we will have your child do is check in with us on a daily basis. We will interrogate them as far as how they're feeling, how they're reacting. Every child is hit differently. Maybe the concussion occurs differently, but everybody reacts differently. So Johnny may not react the same way as Tony. So it's important to realize when we come to you, we're trying to protect your child. My job here at the school is the gatekeeper. I have to make sure that your child is receiving the best care possible. I also have to make sure that your child is fit to go out on the field, the court, or on the mat. And that way, it's to the best of my ability that they are in the best condition for them to return to activity. Once they have reached that 3-day point of symptom-free, they've been in school where they have cognitive activity and they have no symptoms, then what we will do is have them sit down and take the impact test and this will be based on their baseline impact test, which they will take before the season. If they have one on record, they'll already have that baseline on record. They'll take the impact test just to see where that test score compares to their original baseline test score. If those scores are compatible and close, then we will also implement a bike test, which will usually be a 15-minute bike ride on the bicycle, on a stationary bike, under our supervision. Afterwards, they will get off, let us know if they have any symptoms, and then about 15 to 20 minutes later, they will let us know if they have any symptoms arise. That activity may increase symptoms, and that's why we do that. If they are symptom-free with that, we have them come back the next day, and then we have them do a running test on our treadmill, and that is another 15 minutes of running on the treadmill. And if they are symptom-free at the end of that, and then what we do is we have them wait another 15 to 20 minutes and see if any symptoms do arise. Then after that, the next day they will come in. If they are continuing to be symptom-free, we will allow them to begin light drills with their sport. And that may be different for each sport because of the different either contact involved, whether it be with individuals contact or possibly heading the ball in soccer or something like that, that they will be only allowed to do drills with no contact. Then after that, if everything is going well, they will be allowed to continue with their team in full participation, which would be in a practice situation. They'll be allowed full contact, and then if everything goes well with that, then they will be allowed to return to full play with their team. So that's basically our progression of protocol of what we do, just to keep you informed. It's important as a parent that you recognize that this is not the old days where just a ding happened and I need to get back on the field. We don't do it that way anymore, because we've seen in some studies, and we've seen with some people that from the multiple concussions, not only do they have long-term effects, but they also possibly could have short-term effects. We've seen athletes in our very school that they had a minor concussion maybe during the game. They didn't say anything to anybody. They got hit again, and then that lined them up to be out of school for several months, several visits to neurologists, and it's just a bad scenario. So what we're encouraging you as a parent to help us out, be on board, encourage your kid to tell us the truth, and also be an investigator at home to see how they're doing, how they're reacting, and be in contact with us so that we can cover all aspects of how your child's health is. Our goal is to get them back on that field as soon as we can, but along with that, as soon as we safely can. So that is our goal as the athletic trainers here at Shawnee, in conjunction with our doctors that work with our school, is to give the best environment for you to have your children participate safely here at Shawnee. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.